man. It's a crazy time.
Oh, no, not another box of dogs.
It's another box of dogs!
It is. It's highly magical. All the stories that we heard as kids, of people putting spells, and this is what's going on now. But because it's all done through technology and stuff, it's like, well, that's different somehow. The same thing.
No, it's worse.
It is, yeah.
Like, I mean, it's like this. I remember I was talking to my mate. I've known him for 35, 40 years. Now, I know he doesn't know what I know. Right? Does this mean I'm better than him or smarter than him? I'm saying he doesn't know what I know. Right? Why? Because he hasn't read hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of books, invested his life into fucking looking at stuff. It's not a judgment call, I'm just telling you. I know the guy 40 years. So when we're getting involved in what's going on around now and all that, you know, can he listen to me a few things and that? And then I one day I said, do you trust me? He went, yeah, of course. But then I realized they don't. They'll trust the newsreader more. Right? Simply because they're programmed to. Because really, what would Steve know?
Yeah.
Right? Even though, would I want to do you any harm whatsoever? No. Yet you trust these people. Like that is right, like but the program is fucking deep, you know. The program is fucking in there. Like
there's a
people say, you know, people just admit you're fucking brainwashed, folks. I'm not saying I'm cleared of everything. I've got programs. When I had a breakdown, it's a big thing I worked out was fucking how much of a robot I was, even in my comedy, rocking around telling everybody about rah rah and so forth. When I had a breakdown, I realized, oh my God, well, how did I get there? Because I was a fucking robot. You know, not taking notice of things and fucking, you know.
You go against your nature. You go against nature, and you go against your own nature at your peril. You will,
right.
Yeah, you will break.
Right. I saw the greatest meme the other day and had a picture of a pine leaf like this. And above it just said order, like it was perfectly, you know, just said order. And then underneath it had the pine leaf with all the needles taken off and stacked into a pile, and the sticks stacked into a pile and labeled underneath. And then it just said chaos. Which is exactly it.
That's deep. Fuck.
That's fucking so fucking great.
That's beautiful.
2 words. Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's fucking perfect.
Shit.
And it's like, that's exactly that. So if you think you can just throw these things around your body, these chemical fucking, and I'm not coming at you like some clean living, green drinking, wheat juice, fucking vegetarian, never done any drugs, for meditating on the beach, cross-legged every day, motherfucker. I'm just saying, I've partied like a son of a bitch. I've never partied on pharmaceuticals. I'm not boasting a moral high ground here or telling you, I'm just telling you that to me was almost like a fucking no fucking way. What are you doing it now? I'll get some coke off the guy from the Fear Factory shirt, right? But I'm not partying on Valium and fucking right. Don't go anywhere near that.
Yeah, prescription drugs done recreationally can be really evil. Can be some of the most evil shit you can do.
Yeah, it's evil, man. And I'm like, no, fuck that.
Yeah.
And now I go hard. Half filtered water, half mango juice.
Fuck it, filtered water. I got into the filtered water a while ago. I have to have it filtered now.
You got to don't drink that tap. Don't drink that tap.
It's filth. I can taste it. You can take. I drink tap water straight away. It's I can't.
Mate, the shit. Me, my buddy, he's a Canadian guy. He's fucking full on bloke too. He's the shit we scrape out of this fucking water filter. He's got a full on fucking
yeah.
Like, gross, man.
Mm.
I mean, it is. It's like it is like being in a science fiction film. You just watch him spraying shit all over the place, fucking just carrying on, and it's just like you walk. It's like you're in a film. It's people.
It is weird. It's amazing. Yeah, I remember when I first saw The Matrix, I didn't realize it was a documentary with that kind of meme. You know, it really is. Such a strange.
Well, you know, it's well, big paradigm beliefs have they really have force, don't they? Right?
Mm.
Because I started to think years ago, whether or not me ranting and raving about everything I was going on about on stage, I started to think, what if it's not doing any good, in the sense of, because through my words I manifest the very things I'm apparently against. Right.
I've worried that too. Yeah.
Right. So then I thought to myself, so if there's an unconscious which is working in 90% of people's fucking function, their own personal unconscious, and then if there's a collective unconscious, and then so if you can tap into archetypes, and you could use human beings as like magic wands.
Mm.
Right. Why? By conditioning the collective unconscious with the belief system until it becomes a forceful paradigmic belief system, right? So you almost create, say, and then through their own actions and beliefs, they simply manifest the reality.
Holy shit!
Right. So now when you're looking at all these people who you go, how I can't believe they believe that, they start to think, well, there it is.
Mm.
There it is on display. You go, where's the rational thinking gone? Where's the fucking things gone? Where's it gone? Well, somehow, if you're deeper, more fucking conditioned into that thing, well, it's almost like click. It's almost like they can. And what did they do? Well, it was a big pandemic, wasn't it? So what? The oldest primordial fear of the living creature, death.
Mm.
Right. So what are you doing? Are you tapping the old primordial fear button, which crosses borders and fucking cultures and death, right? And it's also, where is it? It's invisible.
Yeah, it's so evil.
yeah, right.
Where is it coming from? It's the ultimate.
The thing is, see, I live in a different world. When they say, "Oh, you've scared all these people," and I go, "Well, you didn't scare me,"
Mm.
and I haven't lived social distancing or putting on masks or not shaking people's hands. I haven't thought about it. Same as way I've sort of lived my life. Sometimes my own naivety is very handy. I never knew. I always thought people got flu jabs if they had the flu, right? Of which I still wouldn't have done. But I didn't know they got them every year in case they get the flu.
Mm. Yeah.
So, because I never knew, because in all my years on the planet, when winter came, I never thought I'm going to get sick.
Yeah.
I just thought my bony ass is going to fucking freeze at bus stops. I better get a hat, scarf, and fucking gloves, because I get zombie finger. I've got bad circulation. If I've got to have gloves, I hope I need cool fucking fitting leather gloves. I never thought I'm going to get sick. I actually thought I like red scarves. I'm going to look cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to be freezing, but I'm going to look cool. Never thought I was going to get sick.
I love that. Do you want the vaccine?
And I never got.
It's all right. I got a hat.
I never got sick.
Yeah.
I went to India, I wandered around Mumbai, and there was fucking people living in fucking puddles and shit. I never got vaccinated, never took anything. I never thought I'd get sick. I didn't drink the water. And they said, don't drink the ice or drink the water. I went, all right. I'm not going to buy a fucking piece of fish head off a cardboard in the sun off some Indian bloke and gobble it down because I won't be able to hack it, but these fuckers can, right?
Yeah.
But I never got sick.
Yeah.
Wandered around. Ooh, yeah, good. So sometimes your own naivety is fucking great because it's just
Yeah.
I just wander in.
It's done me wonders. That same thing. It's that kind of. I've often used to the tarot card that I always draw that I've been told is my tarot card is the Fool, with the knapsack with everything he needs in the thing, just about to walk off the cliff, just happily like, hey, here we go. This will be fun, you know. I think the way I avoided COVID was I don't watch TV. That's what saved me.
Mate, I didn't watch it once, even before it really got hardcore and they went into the first fucking lockdowns. I was in the gym in a hotel and they had it on. I went and got the guy and said, turn the TV off, because I don't watch TV. I can't work out with TV off or anything. It's what I'm talking about. I haven't watched TV since 1987.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm meditating in caves, folks. I've watched DVDs, videos and films and
get your entertainment.
Right. So, but ads and TV and I fucking hell. I don't know how you can watch anything with ads. I mean, it's like, how can you watch Apocalypse Now, where every 7 minutes they try and sell you carpets and tell you about fucking gambling? I don't.
Yeah. I love this bit. They're about to napalm the village right after this break. Oh, carpet.
Yeah. Carpets. Come on down to Ray's Carpet Warehouse, 115 to 114 Parramatta Road, Auburn. Like I was in the gym the other day and they've got the radio on in there, which I hate. Sometimes get the guy to turn it off. And I'm listening to it. The music is crap. I'm not an old fuddy-duddy. It's crap. Then the news comes on. Then the girl tells you about the weekend she had away, the DJ girl. And then the news comes on and tells you about who's getting murdered and so forth and what, and the green agendas and all this. And then it goes back to the pop, which means straight away, forget everything we just told you. And I was listening to it and I'm like, it's like a schizophrenic's mind. Like, who could listen to this? It's gone from candy-coated pop, where I just get with some faux ideological message, into the girl going, all right, next up, you could win £1,000 like this after this break. All right, BBC One News, I know 2 American soldiers have been captured today. And then they lighten up the news a little bit at the end, and then it goes back, and then we get then we get some ads for fucking insurance, and then we go back to a pop song. And I'm like, who would have this on?
It really, yeah.
Like it's fucking insanity.
It really does mess with your head. I think
it's like having 4 different types of people in the lounge at once, all chatting. I got a circus performer and a businessman and
a lot of my friends are now like this, or the friends that I used to have in Melbourne. I kind of had to leave them behind. A lot of people that had done a lot of drugs and things. I'd done a lot of drugs. I left all that behind. But a lot of those people, spending any time with them, it was like having a manic radio on. Everything was just every 30 seconds, it was a different subject. And it was this mania that people are subjected to, and they think this is normal. It's like you can't be calm. It's disturbing.
They definitely fuck themselves with drugs, because some people push it with drugs. I've done drugs, but I never went spastic, you know. I was never, I could go hard, but I never, I've been to gigs and that, I've seen people like, why are you on 15 pills, man? Like, come on, what's this doing? You can't function. I could always function, you know, like I know what's going on. Like, yeah.
I did that for
believe me, when I'm not saying I haven't had me nights, it's shots for me, shots.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I go into shots, that's when I can wake up fully dressed in a bed in the house I don't know. But those days are gone.
Well, here's the thing about a lot of this stuff that's incredibly deceptive, because I did that for a long time. I went very hard with particular drugs, and it was ultimately, I guess, what was at the root of it was trying to escape something. But what I didn't realize was that I was actually diving deeper and deeper into that. And it's like, you think that there's a freedom, you kind of deceive yourself into thinking that there's a freedom in this escape, but there is no freedom. It's you're binding yourself in a form of slavery, which is really disturbing. And it's
well, it can. I mean, if you get out alive with that, it can be the thing that clicks you into going, okay, this is something I need to follow, but this is not the path.
yeah, that is the,
you know what I mean? Like it can be good for that. You know, that's why I always felt fine doing drugs, because I knew even though I had big traumatic upbringing and stuff and got fucking shit to deal with, I knew I wasn't a complete fucking, I'm going to turn into an addict. It wasn't going to happen.
yeah.
I know it.
Mm.
Just wasn't fucking going to happen. I know it. I've had friends turn into addicts, you know, like, oh, but you don't know, Steve. No, I knew it wasn't going to happen. Right. Like, you know, I'm a bit of a pot addict, right?
Yeah.
But booze, hard drugs, no, it won't happen. Won't happen. Why? It just won't. Just, you know, you've been up for 7 days? No, I don't. No, one and a half. That was enough. So yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you
I'm
what.
not going to take 12. I'm not going to take 20 pills in one night. Fucking gurn in the corner like a fucking retard, and I'm in here because I've got really dark things I can't deal with. Like,
yeah,
not mocking you if that's the reason you got in there. I'm just saying there would have been aspects of me doing that to escape and so forth. But it's like, but when I had to get off psych meds, so I definitely understand the feeling of what it's like to be trapped in this prison inside yourself.
Yeah. Well, I had the same thing,
because now I had to get off psych meds, like, because I'd never had to get off booze, and if I gave up pot, I'd have some fucking withdrawals and some stress, but I wouldn't freak out and have a brain hemorrhage. Right? So it's like, I'll get depression or fucking suicidal, yeah, right. Like, whereas I know you're trying to get off psych meds or hardcore drugs, mate.
It's worse. I found the pharmaceutical, getting off the psych meds and the pharmaceutical painkillers was so much worse than everything else. A
million times worse. How I went to that zone, I'll never know. I was never an addict. I mean, I ended up having massive fucking exhaustive breakdown and getting a dark night of the soul, which was fucking went for years and years and years. And I had to get off psych meds and like fucking. But you know what? I fucking got off them.
It's whatever puts you on the path, man. You know,
mate, I fucking got off them, right? So there is a way to get off them. It's fucking tough.
Yeah.
And you've got to fucking do things that don't work, and you've got to fucking find things that are fucking risky, and you've got to fucking, but got to get off them.
I found it was like a because I got completely off everything. I found it was like the whole thing of when you push a cork down. And it was like I got to a point where I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I can't be a zombie. I can't feel like this all the time. And so I did it sort of gradually, but very quickly. I kind of didn't sleep properly for a long time, but it was this motivation to leave that behind that was like running from a prison. It felt like that. Yeah.
Fucking mate, the day I suddenly realized, because I tried to get off 3 of them at once by myself, I went absolutely fucking suicidal, and I went to some rehab to try and keep me off them. They stuck me on other ones, and that took me two years to get off the fucking things. And then I fucking the fucking brutality of those withdrawals.
Yeah. And
then when I finally got off one, and I had half of one left to get off. And I remember one day I just suddenly hadn't taken it for 3 days, and I fucking felt all right. And I was like, I'm fucking out.
Yeah.
I'm out. Like,
yeah.
Fuck.
Glorious.
Dark night of the soul journey, that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Oh, it's a trial. That shit is it's a crucible you're going
I
through.
mean, I feel for it. I mean, I may sit here acting all fucking flippant and that if anyone's listening that's on these things, and I feel for you if you are.
Mm.
And I can't suggest you what you do in your life, but I would suggest you try and fucking get off.
Yeah. It's interesting that
I know it's brutal.
yeah. It's interesting the mainstream narrative pushes it so much that like Tom Cruise is like considered a kook and whatnot. But he came out many years ago and just said I'm against psychiatric drugs. I don't believe it. You know, it's bullshit. There's other ways of doing it. And
it's all bullshit.
Yeah. And he was just like, he's a kook. The mainstream narrative is powerful, man. There's so much money behind it.
And it's fucking just killing you.
Yeah. The one that I think is really...
See, let's go back to beliefs.
Mm.
Right? There's great force in them. They hold you in place. I'm not a cured fucking guy of programs and belief. But you've got to start to confront yourself. Sometimes when people go into conspiracy theories, they ask me questions and they go, do you expect me to believe that? I don't expect you to believe anything. I don't want you to believe anything. Right? What happens is you need to deconstruct your own beliefs. Right. It's not about believing new information, taking on this. It is at first, and you get all excited and you're rah, because you think, right. But then you realize, no. Because then you have to start to question your own motivations, right?
Mm.
Then you have to start to question, right, what's drawing to this? Do I believe this really easily? Why? What part of me believes this really easily? Is it valid? Is it valid, or is it a traumatized part covering up another part? This is all quite fucking deep. So there's processes to fucking going through. Studying all this shit. These are from my perspectives, what I went through, what everybody else does, I don't fucking know. But I started to realize, no, you start to fucking take responsibility, because also, there's misinformation in that world too. Right?
Yeah.
Of course there is. Of course there fucking is. Of course there is.
Yeah.
Right? Believe me, every villain and hero is provided for you by the system. They'll provide heroes and villains. So at the moment, there's lots around. We could get Ben Shapiro talking about stuff, or Jordan Peterson, or this, rah, and you got these, and you go, okay, I listen to them. And I go, but none of you ever say anything about agendas.
Mm.
You come up with you're against this and that, and you're very smart, you do this and that. None of you ever say anything about agendas.
Mm. Yeah.
Why?
Always, yeah. I always take them with a grain of salt.
Why?
Mm.
Why? Because here's your fucking heroes given to you.
Yeah.
For the ones that fall through the net that don't fucking believe the fucking narrative. Don't worry, we've got these underneath to catch you lot.
Mm.
right. And now we're going to give you some truth, but misdirect you over here and do this and fucking do it. And that's why you see JP Spears. I've watched his skits. He's funny. But then I see people who are quite awake. I hate that word, but we use it so we know what we're talking about. And they go, I've watched that. And I'm thinking, yeah, but see, if you notice it, no.
Mm.
He covers the funny angle. Ben Shapiro gives you the intellectual angle. Peterson gives you a bit of fucking religion in that too, because, to me, I'm like, well, we're redirecting you. Maybe we went a bit mental with the atheist stuff with Richard Dawkins and Sam Harris and Christopher Hitchens for a while, because they're gearing you away to the scientific AI transhumanist dictatorship.
Yeah.
Right. So now who'd they give you? Brian Cox and Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
Not as intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Maybe we're going a bit hardcore with it. Yeah, maybe we're going a bit hardcore with Dawkins and Harris, who are really hammering home with the fucking 4 horsemen of the atheistic apocalypse.
Mm.
Okay, well, maybe we'll now shift gears. Now Neil deGrasse Tyson comes on, big goofy black guy, and then Brian Cox, who used to be in a band or something, and got me put in bold haircut and come on talking about, and instead of really mocking religion and that, what we'll do is we'll talk about it and go, I understand how it's a thing within cultures for history and that. However, that's his bridge into the disparaging of everything you just kind of
Yeah.
right. So of course, what, Steve? So you think religion's great, are you? No, he's a great trick again. Religion's one of your massive enemies, right? Massive enemies. So you're under attack from many ways because really, you want to get Christianity, but also there's a problem is that they're going to try and get Christianity away from you because basically if you're against homosexual stuff, that would mean you're a Christian in the sense of, well, Christians are. So if you have to be for homosexual stuff, eventually you can just outlaw Christianity.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, right. So then you can prosecute a majority if you've got a majority Christian country. You can prosecute that country, right, under the guise of discrimination.
Yeah.
Right. Now, of course, the Christian ideology is one of your biggest problems as well. But just pulling that out of your state-run system in that sense of ripped out by enemies for other reasons won't bring you any good, in my opinion. So you're in between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah,
Well, see, a lot of these, that's what these strategies are. That you're always in a rock and a hard place. Why? Well, I've got £150,000 invested in my comedy club. I know it used to run fine when I just booked guys who were funny and chicks who were funny, and but now I've got to put in like a bunch of woke things and maybe have a safe space, and so maybe I and I've got a pander and make sure that it's diverse and there's an equity, and I've got an Indian and a cripple and a blind guy and a chick on the bill, and now I've got, and then they acquiesce, and so here we go. Now you manifest for the enemy the reality. Right. Now, we're giving you a choice. You don't have to do this per se, but of course we've got the media and the law and everything else hounding you, and the pressure and the fucking public fucking psyche. And so what you do is you now go, yeah, I'll make my comedy club woke and safe. And so now there you go. You've manifested the reality of the enemy. See, you did it. You did it.
Yeah.
You did it to yourself.
You create we create our own.
Yeah. Right. Now, I'm not saying you weren't coerced, but that's rock in a hard place. It's the strategy. You're in a rock in a hard place. You're right. Because if you don't stand for anything, you simply go, no, I will not fucking do that.
Yeah.
You waver. Now, of course, and how else have they got you in this kind of, I can't stand for what I really believe in, because they've got you in the economic web because you owe £450,000 on that fucking house.
Yeah,
with the fucking 3 kids, right? So of course, I'm not saying you're in easy situations, folks, because I've never been in debt. I don't have a girlfriend. I've got no kids. I'm running around. I live like a fucking hobo, right? So I understand I don't have the pressures that you would have if you've put yourself in these fucking situations. I'm just telling you, these are the situations they put you in to make it so fucking difficult. Right. And you believe it's just reality. You think it's just, well, you just get a mortgage and a job and all that. That's what we're talking about. We're getting into beliefs. Like, as I said, these beliefs now, and then you rationalize. See, and now they rationalize. Well, but Steve, don't you think it's a good thing that people are taught that, it's not good to be discriminatory against homosexuals and so forth? And don't you think it's a good? Well, yeah, I know what you're saying. It would be good if people didn't have to suffer for no good reason. But who are you to now go around and make sure that, we're joining in to make sure that was that many gay men getting bashed anyway? I can't speak on behalf of individuals' personal experiences throughout life, but where is your end game here? What are you going to do? Are you ultimately with this? Oh, we'll just until it never happens again, and then we'll stop. Will we just? Like I don't see an end game. I don't. What are you talking about? Right. Like, are you feminists ever going to be happy? You're going to be okay. We've got there. No, you won't. You'll never stop because there is no end game. Because it's all just propagandized ideology sent in by the fucking enemy to disrupt you and destroy you.
Yeah.
Now the people who also, and because it's so weird and subjective and nebulous, it has another use, which is now people who are don't fall for it, sit around talking about it, wasting their energy on trying to come to terms with stuff that you cannot come to terms with.
Yeah.
Because it's not based in any kind of cognizant reality which you can form a consensus around. Right? Like, so how can you have civilized discussions if you can't form any kind of consensus?
If you can't disagree and you can't be offended, you cannot have a discussion. But that's, I think, what they want.
Of course.
They do not want any discussion. One of the tricks that the whole feminist thing that I was kind of slightly impressed by it was always like, I'd be talking to feminists and they'd say, and I'd say, well, I'm not a feminist. And they'd say, well, do you believe in equal rights for everyone? And I'd say, well, yeah, I guess so. And they'd say, well, then you're a feminist. That's the definition of a feminist. And I'd be like, fuck off. I'm not a fucking feminist. I never fucking will be.
One, feminism is not about equal rights for everybody. So you're just, someone says that to me, I'm just like, you're to me now. I listen to these people. There's no conviction there. It's just a puppet with a narrative that comes in.
Yeah, it's like a reel, a tape. Like
it's just a thing. Let me guess, you hate Trump, you vote for trans rights, you fucking want open borders.
Yep. I'm
it's insane, like.
Now people on social media especially are defending the trans community, and they're coming along and saying, this is transphobic, that's transphobic. These are the same people that were defending women and would come along and go, I've always been an ally to women. And now they're just steamrolling women. It's just like, no, well, fuck women. Now it's trans is the latest thing.
Yeah, they did.
I can't figure you fucking people out. You're odd. You're genuinely odd.
I think it's almost like, I don't know how deep we want to go on this, but
all the way, buddy.
But it's almost like a neural collective microchip is triggered. Like I mean, they've done tests about this and psychologists and all this, but it is. I mean, it's just, in one sense, it's simple. It's just Pavlovian in a way. A lot of these young people just went through these systems and they got it, and they just come out and they fucking spew it out.
Yeah.
In one sense, that's why I said some of the young people I understand, right? They're fucking annoying and Jesus Christ, fucking, and more dangerous than you fucking understand. But the older ones, like,
yeah,
they're the ones
I don't know what's.
If I do underground gigs now, which I do, I just do underground gigs so I can do proper comedy. So if people come because they want to hear that type of stuff, I get there, mate. They're all over 50.
Yeah.
The rebels are over 50. They're all
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all got the wrong, it's all inverted.
Yeah. I've found when you break through all that programming, if you can break through it in just a regular room, comedy room, the release from people is magical.
That I can break through them now. I did a gig on Saturday. I walk up there and I just test them, and then I just tell them, yeah, not a bad crowd. You're not a bad crowd. I don't know how far I can go with you because, I don't know how many of you are peppered out there ready to fucking explode. And I do all this reverse psychology on them, but I'm just like, once I know I've got them, bang, got them now, got them. Right? Yeah. Now I can. In fact, one chick, she said to me, she goes, how did you get that crowd to fucking love you so much when basically you walked in there and told them that you didn't like them? it's all fucking reverse fucking psychology, right? You just fucking win them around with this kind of, till they eventually go, that's not us. Some you can't win around. They're just fucking boring, right? You don't win every time. You still get them. Yeah, we're not playing, buddy. Okay.
Yep.
But you know, as I said, we talk about beliefs. It's like people really got to start to, before you even get into, if you don't even go into conspiracy, just think what you think about doctors. Look at the program that you have in you. You just think the doctor will do you good. Mate, get him. He's programmed into you on a pedestal. Get him off the pedestal.
Yeah.
I've been in their world with psych med world. Believe me, when I was in there, it didn't take me long. And I had a good doctor at the start. He put me on him, but he also said, you got to do all this stuff as well. And he was on the fence. He was a good guy. Right? But when I was in that world, I was, these people don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
I've fucking known that for years, I knew it when I first in the 90s. I had sciatic nerve for months and then no one could fix it, physios and all this. And then I was going to do back surgery on me. And I was like, what the fuck? I mean, hit by a truck or anything. And then I was teaching drums to this kid and his dad turned up to pick him up and he was a runner and he goes, go and see this acupuncturist. So I went and saw him. He goes, yeah, I'll fix you in 3 weeks.
Really?
And then I go, what about this prolapse disc they reckon I've got? They want to surgically fucking, he goes, you haven't got a prolapse disc. So you're going to go and give me back surgery on a fucking false. So, and I've always been driven towards these, the mainstream, it just doesn't draw me in for anything, like everything. I've got a natural part of my fucking soul or something that just stays away.
Yeah.
It didn't always acclimatize. Maybe it happened through trauma at school. I wasn't that popular. I wasn't a complete fucking bashed guy or anything, but I was just a nobody. And I got a traumatized childhood and I just didn't fit in. And I was in a country I didn't feel like I fitted in. And I've just always been away. If there's a big friend of mine, a big American friend of my father's when I was young, this fat woman, she once said, if you see people going in one direction, Steve, turn the fuck around. Right? And it's stuck in my head for fucking ever, right? And I just have a natural part where, believe me, I just don't believe all the fucking bullshit that you tell us.
Yeah.
You're descended from apes, or you got evolution, and you got this, and you got that, and blah, 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 blah. And it's all just, now I just look at it. Does the whole world know about this? Yeah, then it's probably bullshit. Oh, Nelson Mandela was such a good guy. Nelson Mandela did this. Did he? He probably didn't. He's probably a communist fucking aggravated fucking dick, right? That was sent in there by globalists to fuck around and to do things up, right? Mother Teresa did this, did she? Who knows? Fucking rah, rah, rah. But anyone, as soon as they're pointing, as soon as they're mocking anything, like astrology, Mystic Meg and the Daily Mirror, and start to investigate it. Why? The mainstream's mocking it. They're pointing you away from it.
Yeah.
Have a look. As soon as they say go and do something, stay away from it.
Yeah. That's that's my weather vane. If everyone, like when everyone has been like, support Ukraine, we have to, fuck Russia. I've been well, let's look into this. What's going on?
Yeah.
And as soon as you start to look into it, you go, wow, there's a bit more to this fucking story, isn't there? But
of course there is. How have you people who were just sitting around watching telly and going to work and having barbecues all of a sudden are a support for a country on the other side of the world that's what the fuck do you know about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what do you know about it, Steve? Nothing. I haven't looked into it.
I know as much as you, fucker.
I haven't looked into it. I haven't got a flag. I haven't got a thing. I've got mates who tell me stuff that's going on who are more political than me, but I'm not like, okay, what am I going to look into it for? What, another whole pile of shit from globalists and fucking retards that are up to fucking...
Yeah.
God knows what they're up to over there. I don't know what they're fucking up to. I'm not going to run around with a fucking flag.
Yeah, I know. That's so fucked up. Yeah.
I might let some Ukrainian chicks live in my house.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. No probs.
Yeah, I'll take your refugees.
Smoking chicks, man. Smoking.
Eastern Europe is like it hasn't been corrupted like the West has. The
Smoking capital, man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Believe me, man. I wander around where I live sometimes, and I just think I just want to see some good-looking girls.
Yeah,
please,
with naturally coloured hair.
God, just girls in dresses with smiling like feminine girls.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
what's wrong with that?
I don't know. Nothing. It's beautiful. I never get sick of it. I will never get sick of looking at fucking beautiful feminine girls. Like and women, sexy women, like never gets boring.
It connects with
a joke the other day against Steve. I heard the joke against Steve. Do you look at women like sex objects? And I thought, well, it's between them and men. So yeah.
A win.
Yeah. No.
Damn.
No. Okay, I've appreciated the odd guy who's ripped and slim hipped in a white pair of Speedos that can pull it off and stand on a rock. Yeah, he looks all right. It's about the end of it for me.
Yeah.
Chicks, though. Okay. Yeah. It's like, well, everything's fucking inverted, you know. You get all this bullshit with this. You go, oh, do you men just sit around talking about tits and that all the time? No men I've ever known sat around talking about tits. It's you lot that sit around talking about guys' dicks and what they did and how they did. Blokes do not talk about eating fucking women with each other. None of us want to know. None of us want the image of our fucking mate drawn up. Unless you've got your one pervy mate that you can kind of get on with. Right?
Yeah.
But he's a different breed, right? So it's like, otherwise you're like, no.
Yeah.
Jim Jeffries had a great joke. He goes, this is how men talk about sex. Yeah, there's a bloke midday Sunday. There's a guy playing fucking computer games. His mate walks in the front door. He goes, you fucker. Yeah, that's it.
That's what I was going to say. There's, you know, that documentary, What is a Woman? You know what?
I don't know.
Well, I watched it last night. It's very good. But there's no documentary called What is a Man? Because if you went up to a man and said, what is a man? He'd fucking tell you. That'd be it. End of fucking document. 2 minutes long. That'd be it.
It's just hilarious that you're actually living in a world where someone had to make that documentary.
It is. They can't answer the question. It gets to the end.
But here's the part about these films that I don't trust. Here's the part about these things.
Go on.
Here's what I don't trust about them. One, I just saw a trailer, so I see it's high quality, right? So someone spent cash.
Yep.
But this guy's always on the YouTube, but has he gone away? It takes a lot to make a film like this. How quickly is it done, right? Then I go, here's the problem. Now you're all going to start rationalizing the argument, having discussions about it, trying to grab some. But you see, none of us should even be discussing this. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's not a topic for discussion.
Yeah. Like, why have we gone here? Why have we gone here? Why are you trying to get us invested in a conversation about whether or not we're going to end of story? What's a woman? The manifestation of the feminine in that body with tits, and vagina. If you want to go deeper into the individual fucking personality of that and so forth, we'll deal with that later. But really, here we go. What are you talking about? What are you fucking talking about?
Yeah.
This is all, now you're getting caught up in the fucking narrative of the fucking bullshit because here's your hero.
Yeah.
Here's your hero. We've given you your hero. He's going on the front line to fucking confront that. Don't involve yourself. Don't involve yourself in their non-reality.
Yeah.
Like, like, I'm not interested. I know enough about what this guy's going to probably say to not watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like I've been looking into this for fucking years too. Years. I fucking watched docos for fucking 10 years ago on the blokes who did it in America in the 70s, who's now sort of the head of the guy who, you know, they're going to bring minorly attracted persons in next. You know that one for the fucking pedophiles?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the maps. They'll bring that one in, right? So you know, this stuff's been going on for. Bill Hicks did jokes, didn't he? What, he died in '93, but he's got material again. So have you seen these books they're teaching kids in school? My Two Mummies. I've got two daddies. He did jokes. When was that? 92, folks.
That is a great fucking joke. I love that joke.
So you know,
daddies. I think we can all agree
that's disgusting.
Disgusting. My two mummies, however.
yeah. Right. So there you go, folks. This hadn't been happening for fucking the last 5 years.
Oh yeah. The other one I watched recently is a Madman film. I really like Madman films. It's called Ted K, about Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, and his manifesto. I've read it, and he's written that in the 90s from prison, or it was, you know, he put it together in prison. It was it was before. It was while he was on the loose, but everything is written in there. It could be written today. This stuff has been going on for a long, long time. It's been in play for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thousands of years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thousands of fucking years.
Yeah.
And as we get off track, as was going on about, you know, doctors and so forth and that before, that's what I'm saying with beliefs. Just start to question your own unconscious patterns you have towards things. Doctors, fucking, what experts say. It's well, you know, you get a job and that's what you do it. No, like snap out of these fucking programs. I worked. That's why I did those jokes years ago, 5 days on, 2 days off. I knew when I was young. I remember looking at this night sky once, thinking, well, if I'm a fucking spiritual creature or something in the universe, and I'm supposed to just go to a warehouse till I'm 65 and put fucking stuff on pallets, I'm like, I just can't.
This is not God's plan.
Mate, like, and I'm not saying, we live in some utopia where I dance around not doing nothing all day. I'm just talking about, you know, this whole system's bullshit. Why do they want 5 days? Why do they want all my time? They want all my time. Yeah, that's the bit I couldn't get. Isn't there enough of us here? Can't we all chip in and do like 2.5 days each, 2 days each? Like, pay us enough cash.
It makes more sense.
Like, just like
everyone gets.
Why is anybody on less than, I would say, if you're working for massive fucking companies who are making a fortune, why aren't they on 500 quid a day to work at Tesco? Why? So they can go home and live and not be fucking stressed. Right? You're taking all their life.
Yeah.
like, well, they're not skilled, but you're taking their life, you're taking their time. Like, but now they're going home and they never got quite enough. You know, they can't do this, and everything's on a razor edge. Like,
it really is.
But I don't walk around just going, "Oh, that's because of capitalism, and we're going to just do that." No, that's not the point.
There's always
deeper points.
There's always going to be
there's deeper points here. Like, because even if you go, well, we just get rid of capitalism, no, you're still begging for some system to be implanted for you to just blindly follow, aren't you? You're not thinking about creating a new system, are you? Like, or just, but creating a new system's not as well. It's not easy.
Yeah,
and it's definitely, you got to look at your fucking self before you know. Yeah, who are these young people running around? What are they going to do? Are they going to create the new system? What do you? Like, it's just, I mean, I can laugh at them, but I understand because they got fucking brainwashed and fucking.
Yeah,
they got their keys turned up, and some of them are just fucking on the TV. Some of them are just fucking plants.
Yeah, a lot of them on YouTube are plants now.
Yeah.
Like so they see these avenues open up for people, and they put their people in.
Yeah.
You know.
because basically, you know, that we could get back to this. So I was saying before. So yeah, beliefs about anything. Pills. What are these pills they give you? Oh yeah, they give me some pills to my blood pressure and all that. Start to get out of these patterns. No. You try and fix your blood pressure. Take some responsibility. Don't I could stay on the pills. What are these pills doing? Like, yeah, right. So break away from these. These people aren't fucking gods. A lot of them are very stupid and programmed.
Yeah.
But you've been trained to think doctors. You've seen it on TV. Oh, she wants to marry a doctor. I hope he's a doctor. Oh, he wants to become a doctor. Oh, he trained in Europe to become a doctor. He did this. Oh, he's a doctor. Is he? See, it's all in you. See, this was not fucking on by accident. Right. They've given these things to program you into realities, right? Through films, through books, through this, You know it. How many times have you seen a TV show and the girl finds out he's a doctor? He's a doctor.
Right, yeah. Remember when pilots were respected? Remember when pilots were like, oh my God, he's a pilot. Now it's like, fuck off. You didn't get vaccinated. You fuck off. Piece of shit. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, totally, right. And then, you know, then you have to look at your own stuff, you know, like, and people like to be guided. Right. So then, and also you're dealing with health. So yeah, you can bring up fear. So what am I saying? What are you saying, Steve? Just never go to a doctor or anything. I'm saying, no, you may find a wonderful doctor. This is not a condemnation of all individual doctors. You know, this could be wonderful men and women who are doctors and so forth, but they are in a system. Right. Which is not created for your benefit. And they have to adhere to that system.
Yeah.
Or they lose their fucking license, right? So they're under threat. So what kind of healer has to work under threat? Right. Like, so these are the very simple things I go, well, okay, well, this is not something I'd wish to be involved in if I could stay away from. Why? Because there must be a better way. They're threatening these people if they don't do as they're told. And I've met them. I've met their doctors, you know, I've dealt with them. Some of the fucking egos on it.
Yeah.
You take anything you say, but what the fuck would you know? Plus, you're working in a medical system which is compartmentalized itself. So there's the kidney specialist, and the heart specialist, and the bone specialist, and the blood specialist. But it's all one thing. So when something goes astray in certain systems, it's not like these systems aren't affected.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like everything's fucking right. Because you know, you didn't make this, scientists and doctors.
Yeah,
it's a miracle. It's a miracle. Right? You've compartmentalized. Even Chinese medicine will tell you that it's holistic. And the holistic is a big word in naturopathic world and sort of, you know, that world of the West now. But even though they're going, how holistic is it? Well, it could be holistic into what? Other bodies, couldn't it? The Chinese always say that the physical illness is the last port of call. Like it's already come through other parts. So some of their medicine, that's what shamanic medicine is. Can we catch it out here?
Yeah.
Right. Or if it's manifest here, can we go back to find where its real source is? That's what a shamanic medicine would do. He can now heal the whole tribe in things, right? So I've watched shamans. So if there's a shamanic healer in the tribe, then the whole tribe comes, because also this is how connected these people are. They understand that other ailments in the tribe will be healed.
Yeah.
Because they're a tribe and they're connected, so they have a collective past life, which goes into fucking the ethereal realms or whatever you want to call it. And so here's where the real illness is. Could be karmic, ancestral.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But we're in the West with this. We're in the West with this robotic, compartmentalized body medicine.
Mm.
You know, and I just don't find it deep enough. You know, it's wonderful if you want to fix a broken leg, if you got shot.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of it's designed from war.
Mm.
Because that's what's great about it. It's great for trauma.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
You're hit by a car. If you're hit by a car, you don't want to get taken to the fucking shaman straight away.
Let's go to the shaman later.
Yeah. First, you got to go and get that. That's where allopathic medicine is like, okay.
But they also knew, the shamans and what they knew, that mental illness was contagious. You know, they knew that a mental illness in the tribe in one person would spread. That they knew that this was not, you know.
Yeah, well, it's like a psychic virus, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then, we could go into deep discussions about how there's certain people I listen to now and read that talking about one of the greatest threats to this planet is that there is a massive virus off planet which some call archons, some call Watika. There's a guy I'm reading a book at the moment called Watika, which is an American Indian thing, where it's just like there is a sort of a cancerous virus within the collective psyche of men that infects the minds of men.
Mm-hmm. Well, they've been,
some go back.
They've been opening
Sorry?
up. They've been opening up through DMT, trying to map other realms, and through the CERN super collider, trying to open the whole interdimensional thing is very real.
Yeah, I was listening to this guy, John Lamlash. He's great. He goes, he's like a sorcerer, like a shaman. Great stuff. Because lots of these people, they go, you know, they talk about the fourth dimension, the fifth dimension. He goes, I'll just tell you this. If you don't learn how to live in this dimension, what makes you think you're going to pull it off in other dimensions?